welcome to an all-new episode of Kristy Doesn't Know Movies, the podcast. How are you doing?
Yay! I already told you I've got like the worst headache and I'm just not having it today.
Well, this is perfect time to, talk about some movies.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about stuff I don't like.
Uh, we're gonna do a trilogy. How do you feel about that? We haven't done one in a while.
I feel like trilogies are easy for me to rant about, so that'll be fun.
Okay. What do you think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is about?
All right. So I did read the first like 100 pages of the first book.
Uh-huh.
So that might give me an advantage, but I also found it extremely boring, so I stopped reading it, even though it was for school. And I don't even know what I did to finish that class. Anyways, so you got this guy, right? Fucking Elijah Wood. It's not Toby Maguire, but he looks like Toby Maguire. And so Elijah Wood, is chilling in his house, just snacking on breakfast, like fucking constantly. And then this old fucking dude with like wizardy dude, Ganondorf, Gan, I don't know, fucking one of those is the boss from Zelda, and I can't remember which one. Anyways, so he fucking comes in. He's like, "Bruh, you need to help me have this ring because I'm gonna go chuck it in a volcano." And so Elijah Wood's like, "But I'm eating breakfast." And then Gandalf is just like, "Okay, well, I need you to fucking come on my jewelry quest because this ring is evil." And Elijah Wood's like, "Why would I want to stop having breakfast and like deal with an evil ring?" And he's like, "Because it's your fucking destiny. Just goddamn help me." He's like, "All right, but I want to bring my friend Sam with me." And he's like, "All right, if you want to put your friend in peril, go ahead and bring him." And so he's like, "Why the fuck are you putting me in peril? Why don't you just do your fucking ring thing on your own? Like, why do you have to drag me into?" Anyways, so they set off because they're gonna go chuck that ring in a volcano. I don't get why the wizard just didn't do it himself, honestly. Like, just is there something about the ring that like stopped him from taking it? Because Elijah Wood like really had no qualifications.
Uh-huh.
Like he probably had like a butter knife or something because he's just chilling eating breakfast all the time. So like he's severely underqualified to even carry jewelry to a volcano. So there's absolutely no reason he should have done it, but he does it anyways because this wizard is like, "Just do it, bruh." And so, anyways, they go on their journey. Along the way, they meet. It's like Wizard of Oz. They meet like Orlando Bloom, and he's like, "I need to go to the volcano because I have to do this thing." And they're like, "Oh, well, come along with us, traveler." And then so they're going along the road some more, and then there's like a dwarf guy who's like, "I need to do this," and they're like, "Well, come along, traveler." And then so they just keep being like, they keep adding party members um to this D&D campaign where the main character like just shouldn't be there. And so they just keep getting more and more, and then so that's the first one, the fellowship, where they just kind of get all their party members and they're like, "We're all fellows here." And then so they skip merrily along the fucking yellow brick road. So they're going along, and then they get to these two towers, and like it's like, you played League of Legends. Yeah, we played together. So it's basically like that, right? Where it's like their team is like, "We need to defend this tower," and another team's like, "We're gonna push your tower
That's
over."
Let me just stop you. That's really personal information there. I do not want people to know that I play that game.
Oh, it's out there in the world now. Yeah. So basically, that's what happened. So they're trying to, they just want to yellow brick road it to the volcano to chuck their jewelry, to melt it down, cash for gold, right? And so then they just like happen across this like League of Legends war thing going on, and it's like, well, you can't fucking cross the yellow brick road yet because we're fighting. So they have to like go to one side, and they're like, what are you fighting for? And they're like, we're fighting for blah 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 blah. And then they go to the others, and they're like, what are you fighting for? And they're like, we're fighting for blue blah blue. And so they side with the elves because Orlando Bloom is like, hi, I'm an elf, and every person who's watched this movie is now like, oh my god, I want to fuck that elf. And so, anyways, that's what like the party totally thought too. They're like, dude, Orlando Bloom is so much better looking than that like evil, sinister guy over on the other side. Let's join him, and like maybe we'll have a chance with him after. And so they join him, or like they join the elves, and so they help. And so that's book 2. And then the last book, I don't know what that one's called.
Take a crack. Take a crack at it.
There's fucking Fellowship, Two Towers. Is it like Revenge of Smog?
Let's go with that.
All right. Smog's Revenge or something. So yeah, so they have to go now. They can continue on down their path. And so they're going, and they finally get to the volcano after like a lot of like side quests and shit. Like the entire thing, this entire trilogy could have been like summed up in a paragraph, but they're like the writer, fucking like JJ Token or whatever, was just like was just he's one of those guys who
JJ
would
Token
totally
sounds like a Californian surfer bro. Like JJ Token on the weed. JJ Token.
You're welcome. Anyways, so he's like the dude who is like a completionist in like video games where they couldn't just do the main story, just had to put all this other shit in there. Like that's this writer. So that's why it took so fucking long for them to get to the volcano. And so they get there, and that eye, the floating eye is there, and the floating eye of Smog is like, no, don't you dare throw your garbage ring in my volcano. And they're like, but we have to stop you from spying on everyone. And then he's like, don't you put this cursed ring up in my volcano. And then so he's out for revenge, right? So they have to like try to get to the volcano while Smog's just like throwing like booby traps and monsters at them, and they're just trying to climb the volcano because like that's the last thing they have to do. So eventually they get to the top of it, and then they throw the ring into the volcano. Every single person there was substantially more competent than Elijah Wood, but he still is there for absolutely no good reason. You've got like all these mighty heroes and like war criminals and wizards and shit, and then there's just this guy who wanted to eat breakfast, who just who just saves the day. And oh fuck, I forgot about what's his name? Golem? The
Yeah.
fucking my precious. That guy's just gurgling along the whole way. Like it was probably better in the book because you can't just hear him like heavy like phlegm breathing in the background the whole time. But like I mean what I imagine the last 2 movies are is just like whatever's happening, any scene he's in, all you hear is just like just in the background the entire time. Like just or like if I was a director, I would do that. Just like super irritating, phlegmy gurgles of Gollum in the back the entire movie. And people would still have paid to see it because they're stupid.
Aggressive. All right.
I just woke up. I'm not. Ugh.
Anything else you want to say about that?
Those movies suck and they're too long.
Oh, okay. We're gonna take a call.
How are we now?
Hello?
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 What's
Hello?
up?
Hey, I know who
Is
this
this-
is. This is the guy that called in last weekend claiming to be Michael Keaton and tarnished the show forever.
What's up,
Yeah.
Michael?
Not
You,
much. You?
you know what,
I'm
Kristy?
trying to sleep.
I wasn't gonna tell you, but we've prepared an apology for Mr. Michael Keaton here. Why don't you go ahead and read that?
Last weekend, I called into your show, claiming to be the actor Michael Keaton. This was a dumb thing to do and is completely false. I'm not actually Michael Keaton.
I knew it.
My name is Ken, and I'm a data consultant. I hope you guys can accept my apology, and I would be more than willing to offer my services to the show free of charge.
All right.
Are you gonna do a counter data? Is that the plan?
Yeah, get this guy out of here. We just needed the apology. Maybe if we're desperate down the line, we can get you to like talk about the weather on the show. But other than that, all right. See you, Ken.
I'm sure I'll be hearing from
Go
you.
consult some data.
Oh yeah. Bye.
Fucking Ken.
Fucking Ken. What an asshole.
Well, you brought him back.
Fuck
I
this
haven't seen
guy.
many movies, but I even knew that wasn't Michael Keaton.
I like to be optimistic. All right, I'm done with this episode. This made me mad. Bye.
All right. Good night.